got everybody here.
Might not make it, mama.
We don't fight that much. I'm Rachel, I play rhythm guitar.
I'm Sinead, I play bass.
I'm Rebecca, I'm the drummer and stunt coordinator. I'm Amanda, I sing and I play guitar.
All of us have such different backgrounds. I mean, where we grew up and also our parents and our cultural backgrounds are just couldn't be more opposite. It's amazing. And so we kind of learn. I mean, I've learned a lot of stuff from Amanda.
Yeah, Amanda's a big influence on all of us. The higher the heels, the shorter the skirt, the more tits, the better, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda.
Hi.
Being in a band is very is very sexual. I mean, being on stage is a very sexual thing, you know, like when you're performing, you're like in the audience almost. Fluffy definitely had groupies all along. I didn't get into it for the sex, but the sex is like a nice part of it. It's very entertaining and kind of creepy sometimes. You know, I remember once I slept with somebody in London and we were both in the bath and just like messing around. They were suddenly just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm in the bath and I just did it with so Fluffy. And I was just like, ugh.
What was the biggest fight or disagreement we ever had? Well, that has to be the band name. We've had so many band names. A whole year before we actually got one we agreed on, which is of course Harlow. We've gone through a lot of mutations as a band, and one of them was Rebecca's famous one, which was Tuna Sandwich. I thought it was a good name.
Rebecca's like a little sister, and she's so goofball and makes jokes all the time. I'm a total fan of music. I love music. It's been within me my whole life. It's something that is with my family and friends, and I think that what I've found with this band is magic. And the way I look at it, if I can make a living and pay my bills and maybe one day buy a nice house and stay within this friendship that I have with these girls and be able to travel, like that to me would just be the ideal situation.
Raised a rock star without a record deal. I had one.
Penny Dreadfuls. One good thing I will say is I'm proud of the music that we made together, and I think that we were a good band, and it was real music, and everybody was really good at what they did. But we did not love each other at the end of it, and if there is no relationship that works in a band, and the music doesn't work, and the band doesn't work, and you have nothing.
Rachel's tough. It's deceptive. She's very quiet and pretty, but don't get her going because she'll look at the face. Will you fight? Are you fighting?
Yeah, I'll be down to fight.
She's got my back.
Oh yeah.
She's got all her back.
The last time I got in trouble was when I was 18, and I got a real taste of what I was headed for if I didn't clean up my act. And that's when I decided I don't want this life. It was serious. It wasn't games. Because I would go to detention center when you're a juvenile, and it'd be a joke. I'd run the place because of my attitude, you know. I'd make friends. I'd brawl. I'd steal. I'd get hooked up with the counselors, work in the kitchen, steal food, bring it back for the kids. They'd worship me, you know. I'd have some leeway. You do little things like that. But in the real world, when you turn 18, it's not like that.
Tony. I play with my weasel a lot. I also play the guitar.
Yeah, we like being the center of attention.
Here we are, drinking beer in front of a camera.
Celebration ends without sound. Friends, they're not around, and you find you're all alone.
about 2
years.
Well, coming up on 2 years. Well, I kind of started the band with Corey. I mean, I called Corey and was like, hey, man, let's do this, because I was into their band that I wasn't singing on.
Rex is a new addition.
Technically, I'm not that great a musician. I mean, I can play some decent guitar, and my background vocals are okay, but every other band that I tried to front, I'd be the songwriter, who failed miserably. I replaced the guitar being in his hands. He'd been in the band, taking the guitar out of Brandon's hands, making him more rock star up front, has totally brought us up a new level.
Well, before Rex joined, I was, you know, up there where he is now. You know, now I'm back. They pushed me back. You know, my ego is much smaller now. So I just kind of, you know, took it in stride, stepped back. And I don't move as much on stage anymore. Yeah, now I just kind of hang back in the back. It kind of pissed me off when they pushed me back. I was a little pissed about that.
Rex is a great guy so far. It's the ones that I've known the longest are the ones that I can't deal with half the time, or don't want to deal with me, or they don't want to deal with each other.
Dominic's probably most likely to try to beat one of us up late at night.
Alcohol fuels the fire to his hostility, and he's like, and he starts flipping my switch, and he starts flipping my switch, and then the explosion
No, it's more like when Dominic has about 7 or 8 beers, he decides that the coolest thing in the world to do is kill me.
I've been talked to before, just because I get drunk and I get a little rough with words, I guess. But of course, I've gotten in like some heated fights just because belligerent, drunk, as we all get, gets pretty out of control.
Dominic and I we're almost too much alike, I think, in certain ways. We both want to be in control. We're both really selfish. We want everything kind of done our way, and that creates like huge problems for us because we're like at each other all the time.
I wouldn't get rid of anybody in my band. You know, we talk about it, we get drunk, and we've tried to fire Fletcher, we've tried to fire Brandon, we've tried to fire Corey, they've tried to fire me, but it's like we're pretty much stuck with each other. What we create on stage is so incredible to all of us that, you know, I don't think we could do it without each other.
I've been a performer all my life through my parents. They own dance studios. I went to school. What does your dad do? My dad's a dentist, or my dad's a, you know, car salesman. Well, my dad's a dance teacher. I got my ass kicked every day. I got it bad because I would dance, and they would know that they'd find out, oh, you know, Brandon and Fletcher take tap in LA, so Fletcher and I were always getting into scraps when we were little.
I did get in quite a few fights. The whole gay thing, you know, you dance, you're gay, and I'm like, I'm not. In 7th grade, a big, huge guy, you know, came and called my dad or whatever, and I kicked his ass. And nobody ever messed with me after that.
Bob and I were with 2 girls once, and that was fun. It was really weird, though. Bob was not at all what I thought he was like in the bedroom. He was like, you like that? Stuff like that. That I'd only see on Cinemax on Wednesday night.
I guess 2 girls, being with 2 girls and lots of videotape.
I did double team my boyfriend with my best friend in the beginning of our relationship.
I was dating this girl, and after a show, she was just like picking out different girls that she wanted to come to the party with after. I don't remember much, but it was a blast. I know there's 4 naked girls the next morning, and I was going, oh.
2 girls and a guy. But it was only for a couple minutes, and it was all a bit of a blur. I just remember somebody grabbed a dildo, and I was out of there in a second.
Bob and I switched places on 2 girls, and that was really funny. And then I had all the girls' clothes off, and we were making out, and all of a sudden she stopped me, and she sat up on the bed, and she goes, wait a minute, you're not Bob, are you? I can't.
The dog in the drum will represent the drummer.
know how the band got started. Whose answer sucks now? Huh?
What's the name of your band?
Soulcracker.
Soulcracker. How did you guys get together?
In college. Raleigh starting off as the third, and I'm 25, and I play guitar and sing in the band.
My name is Brian Francis Ellery, but all my friends call me DC, and I'm 24 years old, and I sing songs in the band.
Bob Hamill, I'm 26. Yeah, 26. I'm a drummer, and I sing.
I'm Ramsey. I'm 26 years old, and I'm just on guitar.
And I'm AP Murray, and I play bass, and I'm 26.
I don't know how many people get to spend a lot of time with a couple of core people in their lives, you know what I mean? And you might see the same people every day at work, and you see your family, but it's different than being in a van for 6 weeks at a time with 4 really sweaty, smelly guys, you know?
We supported ourselves just doing this for a long time. Like, I think in '98 we put like 266 shows. We grossed like $120,000. We could live on that. But in order to do that, you have to be on the road constantly. And you know you're going to make $1,000 a night on Friday and Saturday in one town, but since you're already on the road, you got to take any show, because even $20 is better than nothing on the road.
Like when we opened for Fishbone a couple times, you don't get paid for those shows except for maybe like a couple $100. But those are the ones that afterwards you feel like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
What's the biggest fight or disagreement you've had with your bandmates?
We had a pretty big fight about drinking before we play, and whether or not that's a problem. And the only way we could work it out was to say nobody, no matter how in control you are, can't drink before we play.
My birthday last year, where I only made it through 1.5 songs, and then apparently I'm told started just running around the stage playing random chords, and then passed out standing up on my mic stand like a tripod before I was put in the back of the truck and driven home.
We wait to get wasted until after we've put on a good show. If that means you're squeaky clean, then we're squeaky clean, okay? But we've also banged more and drank more beer and pissed more blood than most people ever have. Sex, by the way, is definitely the best part of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And it's also that's the least mythy part.
The best part of sex, drugs, and rock and roll? Rock and roll, definitely. There's too much drama with the sex, and you end up making all your friends angry with the drugs.
People think you never have to work, and you get to party till 4 every night, and hookers are lining up at your door and stuff. And I want to kind of dispel that myth. I think we all do. Like, I want people to know that we have to look under the seats of our van for change for a bag of Fritos when we're on the road, you know? It's not glamorous, but it's fun as hell.
Here comes your man. Here comes your man. Here comes your man. Here comes your man. Here comes your man.
You don't think that was the worst show? Are you kidding me?
Because I love you.
I'm Josh. I play piano and sing lead vocals, and 27. Just turned 27. I wasn't really that popular a kid when I was a teenager, and managed to find not only, solace in, but also, something I was really passionate about in piano. In some ways, I think that did make my peer interactions a little harder at some points, because I was used to being a very enthusiastic, wide-eyed kid, not really focusing that much on what was cool, and, I got burned for it at various points in my childhood.
My name is Jojo. Play the drums.
Hey,
I'm 29.
Jojo used to play with Kid Rock, which
in and of itself says a lot about his playing, that he could fit in and be Kid Rock's guy as well as our guy.
I knew how good I was, and I knew this wasn't the end of the road for me if I was in Kid Rock or not. As far as I'm concerned, whether we get this show or blah, 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 this band is going to do something. It's not like I feel like I missed out by quitting Kid Rock. It's like, honestly, my taste was changing from that style. I was told I was getting into a rap project. Then when I got there, it was a heavy metal band, which in my opinion wasn't as good as the one I just got out of. So it's like, you know, I was kind of lied about what I was joining anyway. But I had a lot of fun, don't get me wrong, and I still talk to the guy when I see him.
I'm Maya. I'm 22, and I sing backup vocals.
Maya, I mean, I can't even put into words what she's about. Her voice, to hear her sing, she's gifted. You know, she's gifted.
I'm Adrian, I'm 24, and I also sing backup vocals.
When you're in a band, you're surrounded by people that you really care about. You know, they're like brothers to you or whatever. They're talented, they're funny, you learn how to get along with them. They're amazing people. I mean, you're going to respect them and appreciate that they have something amazing. And you're going to be attracted to it to an extent. It's strictly just fun, flirtatious, but nothing that would ever take root, you know. Sorry, Josh.
My name is Daryl. I am the grandfather of the band. Well preserved at 38, and I'm the funky bass guitar.
Personality-wise and musically, I bring an air of stability, balance. And I say that first of all because I'm the oldest member of the band. I've been through some things that they haven't been through yet.
I love Daryl because Daryl's a little bit older than everybody else in the band, so he just has a way of making what we think are huge deals not big deals.
My folks, not so much my mom, but my dad has never really been into this musician thing because I quit college to like concentrate on doing this, so they weren't too happy about that. This is something that I've always wanted that they've never truly understood.
I think, too, as a band, that we really just want to make good music. That's why we became a band, and that's one of the more important things. Like, I would rather be a good musician playing music that I love than, you know, making $1 million and playing crap, you know.
I'll take $1 million.
I haven't murdered anybody.
I've been in trouble with the cops for like fights in bars and stuff like that, but you know, I've never like robbed a bank or anything.
Oh God, Mom, forgive me.
Once Bob and I and BC were firing a gun out of the car and got pulled over by 8 police cars on Cherry Road and thrown down in mud on the rain and handcuffed on our backs, guns to our heads. This guy said he was going to shoot Beastie first because he kept looking back. Looks like a bazooka at this range, doesn't it, son?
I went to jail about 3 weeks ago. I don't know why. I think there was Carr, there was me, drunk, there was police. I woke up in jail.
I used to steal steaks and all this stuff from the Safeway on at least, you know, 3 times a week. Sutton and I would go in there because it was we lived in this cold mountain town, so we just shoved steaks and cigarettes and cheese and everything down these huge jackets we'd wear. And the day I got caught, it was 2 packs of smokes and a flower for my girlfriend. She was waiting out in the car.
Do people, like, when they answer this question, do they say, like, murder and stuff? I mean, have you had this?
I said 3 hours ago, my whole life I've wanted to be a famous rock star, and it's what I want. And I'm going, is that what I want? Or do I want to say, screw this and go marry my girlfriend and, you know, get a real job and just be a guy? But I want to be a rock star. I'd sell my soul to the devil.
Ideally, we'd love to go on tour and be the band that wins and kick the other guys' asses and, you know, just have a really great time and hopefully get some recognition out of it and come back, and then maybe we would be in a better position to get a manager or in a better position to maybe sign a record deal or, you know, kill each other, whatever came out of it at the end. You never know.
We're very hard to compare directly to anybody else, and unfortunately, that's a really important part of making it in the industry. We are a band that needs to be needs to have a chance taken on us, and actually being on the show will end up being the biggest chance anybody's taken on us, and hopefully will pay off.
I don't know, I just really believe in what we're doing. You know, I want us to really make it, whatever that means. You know, I want us to get to the next level and then get to the next level after that.
What may come of this? What may happen? And what's my life going to be? And do I really want it to be that? This doesn't make me nervous. Being interviewed and being on stage just like that doesn't make me nervous. I love that kind of stuff. What makes me nervous is the thought, like, what if we get this? What's going to happen to me?
VH1 picked 4 independent bands, put them on the road. Cameras rolled everywhere. We play the same towns, different venues every night.
And we live on $20 a day.
We only have 2 or 3 days to promote each show. Whichever band can draw the most people and make the most money will stay on tour, and the people that don't make as much
We've been kicked off and sent home.
Previously on Bands on the Run.
The winner of the Battle of the Bands and Bands on the Run is Blixen.
We did it in our way. We totally did this in our way. I still don't know how the hell it worked out, but it did. I'm a pretty happy guy.
Take me to the Lone Star State!
We've been on the road for 54 days, and it's been a grueling, stressful trip. Thank you.
Take care. Super excited to go home. I cannot wait to get home. I cannot wait to get home and to see my girlfriend. And to try to look very unguilty. I think my plan with Marissa can involve begging, pleading, crying, flowers, money, furs, jewelry. I'd rather wait until like the day of the show. It gives me 3 months, and then I can go like, girl, that was a long time ago. I got to come up with some kind of plan to fix it, and I mean, that's a decent plan. I mean decent as in, like, the planning is decent. I don't mean it's, like, decent and, like, noble.
I like my life. I mean, I like, you know, having a wife. I want to go home and be normal.
El Dangeroso.
Oh, El Dangeroso.
He's that go crazy, man. I think maybe he feels weird and feels bad being out on, you know, being on the show and like, being El Dangeroso, and Cindy doesn't really know that side of him.
I think she's kind of oblivious to all of this rock and roll thing. It's Whoopi girl. She's not a real party girl.
When she sees this, you know, how's she going to react?
People are going to point and laugh. Oh.
Yeah.
We're going to have to move.
So it's almost kind of like his attitude right now is to kind of pull away and almost like really hide his feelings, you know, from her.
You know, when we get signed or whatever, when we start touring, you know, and we're on the road all the time, I don't think that she understands that that's what we're going to have to do from now on. You have to go just play, just be gone.
I know I made some mistakes on this tour. Trust me, I've been beating myself up about some things that happened on this tour, and I have a lot of guilt now, but hopefully everything will work itself out. People make mistakes, and I just hope I can be forgiven for whatever I might have done. Oh, he's good. I love my family. I love VH1, and I love Brittany. You know, it's going to be hard, but I think we'll be able to stick together and work through things.
You dancing? You dancing already?
Brandon, what is that haircut?
Basketball. I don't really care if we won or lost, but I'm stoked that we got a chance to do all this. It's really cool.
Well, we didn't lose, we just didn't win. How's that? We made it to the end.
Everybody get together. Are you guys friends?
We're not friends. We're family.
on this tour, I have learned how extraordinary Soulcracker is, how different from the rest of Soulcracker is, because we're best friends, and I'm in one of the greatest bands ever. Is this still my house? I'm not even thinking about Bands on the Run. Like, Bands on the Run is just a hat I have and nothing more right now. I'm just so glad to be here.
This tour was amazing. It was like totally surreal. I'm happy to be here. I'm gonna really relax. I'm gonna take it easy for the next couple days and try to process like all this crazy stuff that we just did.
Doing Bands on the Run was a really great bonding experience for us girls. It was a really big learning experience, especially for Rachel and I. We had never toured before. It just made us feel more confident. It made us feel like, you know what, maybe we can do this, and maybe we can be great, and, you know, maybe we can make a really good record, and who knows, let's give it a shot. Today we are recording at Grandmaster Studios here in Hollywood. For the last 3 weeks we've been locked in Parlor Land, we like to call it. We've all been living together, and we've just been writing tons and tons of new stuff.
There's all the hype of Bands on the Run, and I think that, you know, we need to have an album that's good enough to stand next to that.
Rebecca went too soon.
She did?
Wrong. Yeah, wrong.
Oh, it's cute.
Right. Here's the chorus. La, 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 la,
It
la.
sounds really good.
Wrong. All right. Does it sound all right?
It's really good. A bit uneven, but yeah, play it a couple times.
I can feel that too.
But it's great. It's awesome.
Pat was in Germ, one of the most influential punk bands. Then played with Nirvana and Foo Fighters and stuff with Chili Peppers.
Amanda and Pat toured when Amanda was in Fluffy and Pat was in the Foo Fighters, and they became best friends.
I moved out to LA and I lived with him for like a month or two, and we both decided that we were going to quit our band together. And I quit Fluffy and he quit Foo Fighters. Basically, we always said that we would work together. It was something we were talking about, but I wasn't getting my stuff together for a long time. So when I did, he offered to produce it.
We're just going to release it on our own and let people find it.
We are all extremely honored that Pat is involved in this project. And it's kind of strange because he has been a part of it from the beginning as a friend. It just so happens that he's Pat Smear, and that's really great because that does help our credibility, I'm sure.
Before they went on tour, they were a different band than they are now. They play a lot better.
I feel like my life is changing because of this band on a daily basis. Every day is an adventure, and it is saving my life. This is great. This is exactly what I've always wanted to do.
You know what product done, but
started changing the moment we touched ground.
We've been busy as hell in terms of our regular gig and musical schedules, and in particular getting ready to do our best to capitalize on whatever exposure, the show may bring.
Maya lives in LA. She just graduated from college, so she moved back home, and she's doing that normal thing that all kids do when they graduate from college. And she's definitely been interested in sort of pursuing more of her own stuff, and it's difficult to do that when you're a Josh bitch.
Let's talk about it. So we flew Maya Sykes down here from Los Angeles. She was an unbelievable doll. She's been through a lot.
I
I don't know that my absence takes a toll on the band so much because the band is really focused on furthering the band, and it always has been. And I kind of explained to them early on that I didn't want to be a full-time backup singer.
I don't think that Maya wants to be part of the Josh Dotis band. I think it's really, really tough for her right now. Because then she and Josh are really, really good friends, you know. We've all gotten really, really close just in the last couple months.
This is the best place in the whole world. We love it here, as you can see.
I know it's cool. I don't want to party.
We obviously would love to, you know, get the right kind of record label deal, but, you know, it would definitely have to be the right kind of deal. We're not just looking to get signed for the sake of being signed. The music industry are strewn with the corpses of bands that just got signed and ignored.
We are the best fun-time band in New York. We are the best fun-time band in America. And these record company people wake the up. Send us a contract. We need the money.
This is what we live for. This is what it's about for us.
We are in the studio with our future television and rock stars. Hello, gentlemen. Welcome home.
How are you?
It's great to be back. So when we introduced for the press and stuff, it kind of makes it seem like things are on the verge and everybody's getting excited.
Based on the stories that we heard, we went ahead and got you some milk bones for the dogs that you eat.
Hopefully people won't frown on us because we're a bunch of drunk jackasses and we like to party a lot. You know, hopefully they'll be able to realize that the music's actually good and, you know, maybe we'll get picked up by a decent label and start making a lot of money.
You guys have a show tonight at the Curtain Club. What time do you go on?
Right around 11:45 to 12. Get there early. I would definitely get there early because there probably will be a line, so I would get there early if you want to get in.
We're really excited. We're stoked to play, and we're stoked to play in front of, like, all our friends.
I think we're going to totally go out there and rock ball.
Texas. The best welcoming home we've ever had. Thank you so much.
It was close to 600 people packed in that place. Capacity is only like 500. I mean, we sold it out and then some.
It's such a great feeling to play in front of, like, your hometown crowd, you know, like people who know your songs. But, like, Brandon doesn't even have to sing sometimes, you know, because people are singing the words, and it's really cool.
All right, here we go. Serious time.
I trust Corey, and I know that, like, maybe that is naive for me to just put 100% faith into him, but I don't know how else to live. I don't want a boyfriend where I worry about, you know, what's going to happen.
I get sick every day thinking about, you know, what I'm going to say to her, how I'm going to tell her what happened, you know, and, like, explain it to her in a way that we're, like, hopefully she can, like, understand.
I didn't know it was going to be near this crazy.
I've actually started seeing my ex-girlfriend again, Melissa. I'm kind of seeing this other girl as well, but, you know, of course, neither one of them know of each other, so. But, you know, I mean, it's only for a short period of time anyways, just because when the show airs, I don't think any of these girls are going to want to have anything to do with me anyway, so I'm just going to bide my time, I guess.
Rick and Cindy are the odd couple. El Dangeroso and El Divorcerosa.
She is like me. She's normal, and she dates someone like you.
I think I was kind of in denial about this whole fame, because I'm hoping that my life will be just the same. Might be naive to me, but I can't kind of think what I do is separate from what he does. Normal people don't do these things.
It's always great coming home off of a tour, and it's extra special to be able to play a show at Winston's when we get back.
People in San Diego like Soul Cracker. It's like our home court. We could go in there probably and play kazoos all night and everybody would love it.
Kind of can feel it, like how people are always talking to me about, you're on this TV show, it's so crazy, and I'm just like, whatever.
I've been really nervous since we stopped filming the actual tour about the way we're going to look.
We could either be the boring band of the show, or we could be like the heroes of the show.
I'm afraid of looking like a jackass, you know? But if a jackass I am, then a jackass I shall be.
The focus when we were on tour was sell. Beat the other bands, kick ass, stay on this as long as possible so we can get the exposure that we need. Now that we have that and that we're going to get that, what I care about now is just working hard on the material and getting it solid.
I just thought the greatest generation was about your parents.
I'm starting to feel more confident in my abilities as a songwriter.
I think everyone's really excited about having some new material.
He's feeling more confident, more comfortable in his role in his band.
When we were following the advice of some Hollywood people trying to feature Sutton more, it fragmented the band in a way. We want to get back into keeping it 50-50 with me and Sutton, the way it always has. South by Southwest is a music industry convention that's held every year in Austin. Originally what it was a place for unsigned music acts. And it's gotten bigger and bigger and more popular. It's the goal of every independent band I know to get to South by Southwest. We've been rejected for 5 years in a row.
We home with favorites. Yeah, here.
Austin, Texas, JDB style.
We got to go to South by Southwest in Austin to play a show that's at Barbecue. It's basically for kind of like a kickoff party of Bands on the Run, and all the bands got to go. It's like a show.
Tonight we're having a big party with VH1 in our hometown, Austin, Texas.
Hey! Since the show finished taping at Christmas time, all of us went our separate ways, and it's been quite a few months, and everybody's kind of been up to different things.
We miss the other bands. We miss, you know, busting their balls.
Yeah, you really like, you rock.
You rock.
No, you rock. You rock.
You so rock.
You are so rocking.
You rock at the most.
This is like the best situation to be in right now. When I'm with all the other bands, like, everything feels really normal. All of us are freaking out, and it's okay to freak out. It's okay to be really, really terrified right now. None of us know what is going to happen, and you know, this is like a whole new feeling that we can't ask anybody about. Like, hey, well, what's this like when, you know, you're on TV every week in a reality show?
So tell us about the Bands on the Run. 15 minutes. What's it like being on the road, you guys?
It definitely made us a lot closer, for sure.
Yeah, it helped
a lot tighter band.
It helped out.
Yeah, was there any risk between you?
Sure, all the time.
Where are we going to hit
You want to right now?
We did a bunch of interviews, and it was like, wow, you know, it's maybe a little bigger than we thought.
Rick and I were just talking not too long ago about how our plan is that if we don't make it, we're just going to kill each other.
They have a murder-suicide. Murder-suicide, totally.
Yeah.
With sort of a gay love thing involved, but
Yeah.
we have to work that out.
That's the next show.
I'm excited to play tonight. Playing with these bands with whom we've toured and competed against and with
always makes me want to rock a little bit harder when I'm around them. So it's exciting.
We've gone from like before they were rock stars behind the music, and now this is like where are they now?
Hello, Austin. We're down to the from New York City. We're the first of 4 bands on the run. You're going to see it tonight with VH1.
Boston's a great city. It's very cool, you know. I dig it. It's just a great opportunity to play something this huge. We got good vibe, good response from the crowd.
Was this 110 miles an hour?
Absolutely. I mean, this is about as hard as we go. I broke 3 keys on the piano.
Thanks a lot. We're the Josh Jonas fans. Stick around. Hello, Austin.
I felt a big swell of pride getting on a South by Southwest stage because there was an immediate audience response to something. Immediate. The industry keeps telling us that the audience doesn't get it, but they do.
You know, all those people hadn't heard us before, and they really liked us.
Wow. Rock music is so popular here. Big rock, stick around for Harlow, Liquor Stick, and Fastball. We're Soul Tracker.
I think we're just there with Liquor Stick, and we just kind of decided that Soul Tracker was our favorite new band.
Adrian rules. She's so rules. She's such a bad, evil woman. Great. Totally could be a Harlow.
Harlow brings out something in me that I know I have, an animalistic side.
Tell me what to do.
We're not the most talented musicians in the world, neither are we, but they're just rock, and attitude and just your presence alone is half of rock and roll.
All of the bands performing together at South by Southwest was an eye-opener, I think, for everybody. Because we're starting to realize that we shortchanged each other the entire time on the road. We let ourselves get swept up in a competition.
Rex is just Elvis. By far the coolest one of Liquor Stick is Rex, and everyone knows it.
I love to watch Rex. I asked Rex one day, what's that amp you're using? It's awesome. Ever since then, we've been talking about guitar and music, and like, it's really cool to see. We're like hanging out and having a great time. Rex jumps off the stage and really plays like a maniac.
Liquor Stick really has they have the rock star thing. I would guess that Liquor Stick would be the sort of household name if there is one, is my prediction.
Fastball. That was great, because I love fastball. We just proceeded to get drunk in the VIP thing, because we're very important people.
Don't eat heroin. I really need to eat heroin. It's that.
I
think Bob's a lightweight. I think he tries to be really rock, but I think 2 cocktails and, you know, he's calling for mommy. Bonding drummer.
I love it. I love to see you. I love to see your weakest moments.
I love being surrounded by these people. They're all really fun. And, you know, we know all their flaws now. And we fucking love them anyway.
These girls are trying to talk to me. I was seeing 2 of everybody, man.
Carol, and this is Bob San Diego. Where in the world is Bob San Diego? Well, he's right here.
Bob and I were standing on the side of the stage at the end of the show, and he was so drunk. So you walked up to me and had to make out with him.
Hey, you got a boyfriend? Okay.
I don't have a boyfriend.
Okay. He was not afraid to make out in front of the camera right now.
I'm not afraid to make out in front of the camera.
Okay. All right.
You were... Let me ask you a question. Can you listen randomly hook up with people that you don't know? I mean...
What? No, kissing is not hooking up, by the way.
Recreational making out. And that would be like Bob's dream world.
When I was in high school, I used to kiss my dad before I went to bed.
Was that caught on camera?
The point being is that I kissed my dad. Why can't I kiss, like, well...
Hey, wait, I got it right here. Why can't I kiss you? Wait, hold up. Kiss me like you kiss your dad. Right here. How do you kiss me?
Good night, Dad.
Oh, good night, son.
You wanna know how I kiss my mom? You wanna know how I kiss my mom?
Where are you going, Henny Penny, Turkey Lurkey, Goosey Loosey, Chicken Lickin'?
I want to say that right now. Never, ever friend to kiss my mom.
Absolutely not.
Mom, amazing.
Hey, come here. Take out with me right now.
I dare you! Oh, I dare her! He slipped out! It totally slipped out! She's gonna kill me!
I had to kiss him. He was just so drunk and so cute, and like there was just so much random craziness there. It just had to happen. It was pretty shocking to see Bob and Adrian together, and they were going at it pretty good. Oh God, I love it.
Oh, dude, I totally undare you. Adrian, I undare you. Oh, I undare you. I'm very sorry about that. I really am.
That's just calling me slut cracker.
Oh, we're gonna have lots of sex, aren't we, Adrian? Adrian and I are gonna screw. We're gonna screw like mad minxes. As you can see, that's definitely gonna happen tonight.
Where are you going, Henny Penny, Turkey Lurkey, Goosey Loosey, Chicken Lickin'?
We got some issues going on with a couple of the guys. Fletcher having some personal problems, some women problems.
Ever since I've come back from the tour, I've just had this guilt on my shoulders. And finally, I don't know, I guess it just all kind of boiled down a couple of days ago before we came out here to South by Southwest. And I just had to tell her. I couldn't keep it inside anymore. And of course, her initial reaction was, get out, But out. And 5 minutes later, she was saying, well, we should really try to keep our family together. Let's work it out. I just told her, let's take some time apart and let's think. Really think about what we want to do.
Eventually, in the end, if you're going to be in a band and you're going to be successful, until you're completely successful, it's going to be virtually impossible to have a relationship because you're going to have to do whatever you have to do to make it.
Where's Raggy? Nobody's seen him.
All right. Chill yourself. Rex was just really, really down, and he was hyperventilating, babbling about stuff.
Dude, you got stress right now, and it's all good. And relax. Keep me around the camera, dude. Just breathe and relax.
Rex got totally freaked out at the show at Subs because Cindy showed up, and he didn't know that she was going to show up. And they had kind of, I guess, had an argument before he left to come. So seeing her was a really big shock. I sucked so much ass tonight. I just get scared for him because I think that he sometimes drinks
when, like, it's like having a problem. It's like you drink when you know you shouldn't drink.
Rex is total basket case. I think the guy is literally just, you know, in like a hurricane of confusion. Like he's underwater, he doesn't know which way's up or down.
If you don't have the passion, you know, it's like, why is it there?
I don't think people 50 years have had passion.
No, you're right. No, you're totally right.
You know, there's gonna be some strife because you're not around. I mean, the whole idea of like people being married is that you're in a relationship, or you know, it's like, and so you have to be around each other, feed off each other.
I want to feel passionate about somebody again, and I don't feel passionate about her. And
it's that overwhelming getting feeling every day.
Right, but don't you want to feel that? Why do you get married then?
Because that person is your partner. That
partner. So why do you need that partner? Why do you need it? I mean, that's my question. Why do you need that partner when you can? I still understand that.
The hold on and thing. If you hold down the home front, you're out doing this. What would you do
There's no home front to hold down. Okay, I don't ever.
He's gonna be gone a lot. And I can't say what he's thinking, but maybe he's thinking, I don't know if I can be faithful. I mean, that's what I think.
First, if you are intrigued with moral issues, I mean, it's a big issue thing. Is she going to be the girl that sticks by you when you want to do this? Is she going to be the girl that sticks by you? You know what I'm saying? That's what love is.
I just miss being in love again. We hurt being in love with somebody.
Yeah, out there at all? Cindy? Which one, Rachel? I don't know who you're talking about.
Probably need therapy. Come on, bring it on. Come on. Bring the therapy on.
My car is right there, dude. Right there. 3 cars there.
Rex is insane, completely and utterly insane. Only way to describe him. I think it's just getting worse and worse.
Porn was a big deal. I cannot lie. Ridiculous. Come on, what's gonna happen? Who's gonna help me out?
Can we talk about Rachel?
No, we should.
Soulcracker is attractive because they're funny and they're intellectual. They're just super, super fun to be around.
I know, I was such a good boy on tour, wasn't I?
I don't know. I didn't see anything.
I didn't do anything. Yeah, I was always kind of afraid that we were too boring, you know what I mean?
That's the backstory.
I didn't like any chicks or drugs.
Neither did I. And you know what? I regret every second of it.
I waddled by Bob in the pool, pointing down through the water. And then he took out his nuts and he started going up to the surface. And every time the nuts would come up like a porpoise to the water, he would go, whoa, whoa, whoa! So I started doing that too, and then I got busted, and he didn't. You're like cool security. It's your job to see people's nuts. They shouldn't.
It's definitely comedy.
And react.
Today was the premiere of the pilot episode of the show and the first episode in Chicago. It was the premiere for the band. You all got to watch it before the rest of the country. There's no better company to watch those shows with than the people that were there.
25, dude. $20. I swear to God, if he does not say he's artistic or something or creative, he will say it. Guarantee it.
My rule in this band definitely artistic.
Creative, we're in a fucking band. Here's the
Excellent to see all the footage and kind of relive what we did and
see everybody's face on TV.
Finally, we all can come together, and really, we are the only people that can understand how each other are feeling right now.
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I hate Dominic.
When he said how much he hated me, it really kind of shocked me right off the bat. I was definitely hurt when he said that.
I'm not hating you. I do what I want to do, and if you don't like it, that's what he said. Every night he said that.
The Flicker Stick seemed a bit traumatized by the whole thing, because I guess a lot of it happened when they were drunk, and maybe they don't have a lot of memory of it.
In my opinion, he bought himself a one-way ticket. He's all the way over there. Out of my friend life. Forever. We got to get it.
It absolutely blew me away how much Corey talks about Dominic. They can do that with each other, and it's okay. It would not be okay for us.
Yeah, I want to break up now. You know, if this is the real world, you hate me, I'll show you. I hate you. Say all this you want, because you know what? You ain't going to see him anymore. And if you do, you definitely don't have to go on a bus with him. You know? So that's the difference. I mean, we have to continue to work and be an extremely tight unit.
No, keep it doing. Don't do it. You're so fired up. You're so fired up. Funny, he'll forget it.
We really wanted to win. We instantly started flying. We just really wanted a lot of people at our show.
I think Soulcracker comes over as the super overachievers of the show for sure. They work their asses off.
The only way they could have gotten him was on a ladder.
Tearing down a band's posters is something you don't do. Even if, you know, I mean, it's really, even the bands you hate, you know, because it's kind of like an unspoken thing between bands.
Soulcracker sucks because they suck.
Watching Corey say Soulcracker sucks because they suck, in a way, in a really strange way, that validates Soulcracker to me. I know they could not possibly think we suck. They're good enough musicians to know that our band is really, really good.
We look like dorks who laugh at ourselves in really high heels.
People will totally think they're the female Spinal Tap.
We are portrayed as inexperienced, double-worshipping, bisexual, gothic. I'm not happy with the way we're portrayed.
I think that Rex and Rachel are kind of kindred spirits. I expect to have no problem being faithful to my girlfriend, although occasions are many. The road is narrow. I think they just kind of like understand each other by both kind of being the misunderstood person in their band. So I think they kind of both feel that same like weird connection. So we're going to tag that one.
It's all coming across as very funny. Even the comment that Corey made, it's like, I know him so well now. He's such a dog.
Corey, she had a girlfriend. She had a girlfriend.
You were so fired.
I guess Marissa and I are definitely breaking up and probably are not going to ever talk to each other again within a few days.
Got our pager on it, and our manager, Paul, paged him. Hey, can you hear me? Okay, what's going on? Oh, Lord have mercy, are you kidding me?
I'm going to go ahead and tell Corey through the course of the day sometime.
I've got to tell him. We just got word that Corey's father passed away.
When I've seen the whole segment with Corey's father, that hits pretty hard. I know because my dad passed away right before I went on the show, basically, so I was kind of in the same boat. I just didn't go through it on film.
My memory of it is so vivid because I have relived it so many times. And, you know, to be totally honest, I think the one thing that saved me from not completely breaking down
My dad passed away.
On seeing that unfold is like hearing my mom's voice.
Welcome to Chicago. The first leg of Bands on the Run. We've added a fourth band. And I'd like you all to welcome the Josh Jonas Band.
After watching the other guys, we're kind of too mellow. You know, I thought we were kind of mellow.
The D in JDB does not stand for drama.
Into the groove.
But then the Donna, you're going, yeah, no. What is going on?
What is going on? That's what I'm at.
Why are we sitting here eating?
It's the last stuff already.
You know, it was fun to kind of be away from everything else for a little while. And just eat and hang out and talk and just like look at all these potential rock stars and say that, hey, these are my friends.
Thank you. Fantastic.
Well, it ain't, but...
We're here in Los Angeles to play House of Blues on Sunset Boulevard.
We came 100 miles tonight to see the show.
Extra tickets. You guys have extra tickets?
Flicker stick. Oh, cracker.
I've seen every episode.
We're addicted, actually. We've been following the whole story of these bands. We really want to see them.
I had a lot of people hugging yesterday.
Yeah. The hugging, touching people?
Yeah.
The ones to me are the ones who scream at me.
My roommate got me totally hooked on it.
They don't let me watch Sports Center. Bands on the Run Sunday, we all get together, you know, and we watch Fletcher sing.
I like Fletcher. I was pretty bummed when he cheated on his fiancée.
You know, when I'm on the road, that's so much fun. So tell me, you know, how did it work out? Are you and Angela still together? You know, it really sucks. You know, I'll be like, yeah, you know, we're working it out. And they're like, oh, I'm so happy. That's wonderful. And then later on, they're hitting on me. I'm like,
We've been touring the last 3 or 4 weeks. It has just been crazy, like the response, and they feel like they know us because they've seen us on the show.
Like every day we'll joke around with the shut up.
I go on stage in Columbus, and people are just screaming El Dangeroso.
El Dangeroso!
I'm like, well, all right, fine.
So people are all homophobic and think I'm gay, but people are getting really carried away with hating me in particular, and Soulcracker as a whole. And, you know, we've had death threats on our website directed at me and Bob, you know, threats of physical violence to Sutton because of guitars, a crappy guitar.
Okay, the ones that I've heard are gay are AP. They always say it's gay. And they say that Ramsey's gay, and they say that Dominic's gay. I've never heard you're gay.
Well, maybe. Hey, I have a new girlfriend.
I'm totally in love with Brian. He's not me, he's Brian to me.
She's the first girl that I've been involved with during all this weird, you know. I'll never say fame. I'll call it notoriety. No!
It doesn't piss me off that people say Soulcracker sucks, because I watch the show and I go, oh my god, we suck, we're so stupid, but it's like, it's just a TV show.
Is there any, like, real embarrassing performance thing?
I made out with a guy.
Hey, I met Slash. I told him I made out with a guy.
We got recognized in front of the White House. We're in the Air and Space Museum, and they're like, there's a flicker stick. And we were, like, in front of the White House. Same thing happened.
Suddenly everyone's asking me questions and quoting me and wanting to talk to me. 2 days ago I went to the Guitar Center, and some guy honks the horn and yells, "Hey, Bands on the Run! Woo!" 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
This is the final countdown to the last 5 shows for Bands on the Run on VH1. There's 3 bands in the running, and the first of them is coming on right now. I want you to give a warm welcome to Harlow!
looked great. I thought she was sexy as hell. The whole band looked great.
Amanda looks really good in a wife beater and leather pants. I was mightily impressed with that. She looks great. She should stick with that. Get rid of the Gandalf outfits that she wears.
They're musicians, they're on stage, they're rocking, but I don't know, there's only so much you can do with two power chords. But who cares?
Stomach express, but I just want to make the kids happy.
You find my stomach. She won't help me because I'm a therapist. We want dogs!
All their friends are freaky things. Okay.
Hey guys, I'm Matthew Sweet. I'm here to announce from San Diego my favorite Soul Cracker.
You'll never go away. Lie me, tell me that you'll stay.
When they come to see us, I think they're really not getting what they expected, and that's good, because everybody hates us. That's one of the fun parts about playing, and now is to kind of change people's minds about it.
Is a good band, but it's hard to disregard like what I've seen, you know, of them behind the scenes, of knowing that they're kind of like about winning this thing.
Soul Cracker's performance on stage. Oh man, lit it up tonight. Soul Cracker, what I was psyched about, actually was really good. A lot of energy. It blew me away.
Soul Cracker is my favorite band. They're rad. They're so good. And everyone else loves Flicker Sticks, but not me.
I've been armed with a Sharpie pretty much constantly since we got off tour. Signed a lot of different things. Ticket stubs, the obligatory breath once in a while.
How you doing tonight? My name's Eric Palladino, and I came down tonight pretty much for one reason. That reason is to see the band that remind me most of a rock and roll band. Flicker Stick.
The crowd at the House of Blues like really amped up on Flicker Stick.
Seeing them live is a lot different than watching them on television. They're just really good.
floored by the response. I mean, it was just like this roar. It was probably one of the most fun shows. Being on stage was awesome.
Really be like going and playing a football game and then everybody starts cheering for you when you're the visiting team. And it's like, that's how we felt.
You know I'm on the Sharpie tip. I'm playing the ball sack or the tampon.
Whatever.
You know what? You're gonna wake up and be like, damn, dude. I kind of feel like, what did people feel like in the first Rolling Stones album? I have no idea. People that were like watching them, I was watching you. I never knew it. It was great, but yeah, it's so like odd. It's very confusing.
I think we're in a really lucky position. I mean, you know, it's like a dream for a lot of bands.
It's really pretty strange. It's to have that junior varsity celebrity status.
I don't understand bands that don't do this. I don't understand how they can be like, oh, I'm tired of signing autographs to people. I'm tired of having people scream my name. I'm never going to get tired of that.
The bands are all really like hip to me dying anyway. They were like, yeah, you've got to die in like the next year. We're going to sell so many records. And I'm like, no way, it should be Rachel. They're like, no, it has to be you.
So much I want, and it's there, but I can't quite reach. I just need that 1-inch lead to grab it, and I just can't quite reach it right now. But I'm gonna get it.
I think that's like the coolest thing that this show can bring is just like the chance for all the bands, you know, to get to like live out their dreams.
I'm always gonna feel competitive with them. And it's weird. It's just really weird because we're not on the show anymore. But I'm thinking about, I hope we sell more merch than them, you know, for really no reason.
We're here in Los Angeles to do a label showcase for record executives.
You know, all the major labels are coming out and going to check us out, see if they think we can sell some records, basically.
Playing for A&R people is definitely a lot different than playing for like your normal crowd. So we play like all our more pop songs, our less art songs.
Generally what an A&R person does is they go out and look for new groups to sign to the label. And then once it's determined which group is going to get that lucky break, the A&R person then works with them on the making of their record.
Wicked Stick, I think, has tremendous melodic atmosphere. They're really confident on stage. When they go to make a record, it's going to be a real piece of art. It's going to be something that'll be really ambitious.
Thank you.
I thought it went really well. It's a blast, man. It's a trip.
This was like a dream come true for me to be able to actually design my own drum set.
This is a custom VW drum set we built for the winner of Bands on the Run. It's burnt toast phase lacquer with bird's eye underneath. We've had an opportunity to build a lot of drum sets for a lot of bands, including Aerosmith, Incubus, Alice in Chains. Thanks, Dominic, for choosing DW drums. I know you had a lot of choices of drums, and we're glad to have you on board.
This is my personal preference. This will make it the studio. That's it. This will go to studio for recording and home sweet home for my pleasure.
This is awesome. We've got like tons of great gear that we're going to destroy, sooner or later. I feel like I'm Christmas Day. 12 years old right now.
Brandon, look at this.
Holy
We're here at Fender's manufacturing facility. These are the guitars for Flicker Stick. This is a 1962 Jaguar. Probably the most famous of the Jaguar players, Kurt Cobain. He rediscovered it in the 90s.
We've gone to guitar center since we were kids, you know? And it's always just been like, oh, I wish I could have that. And like, I'm poor, I can't do that. Or, oh, man, they've got all the streets over here, and I can't afford that. And this time we could. Dude, these cases are awesome. Oh, I love them. Can I sleep in them?
We are filming a video for the smash hit single, Smile.
One of the coolest experiences of my entire life was getting to do that video.
I expect to see a lot more half-naked women running around and stuff like that, or like midgets or something.
Check it out, man. Check this out. You gotta check all this out. Check this out. Check this out.
We have a little catering table set out. I wish I would have stole more things. I had a big plan to steal like candy, because I mean all that stuff just went to waste. I just forgot to take it.
The stylists that worked with us, bless their hearts, were dealing with 5 extremely anal guys.
You don't think that's too tight, Brandon?
Where's Brandon?
That's so bad, dude. I look, they're like, no, it looks good. Okay.
I'm gay.
Let's see how the fun sounds.
Let's see how fun else is something. I'm barely treading heterosexual water here, dude.
In the contract, we're not allowed to wear sequins.
These aren't sequins, though. These are high-up.
There's nothing else? You're just gonna walk away? You're gonna leave me to die in my sequins nightmare?
Try to put you in stuff, it's just not you, and they're convinced that it is you.
They try to make us look like the Backstreet Boys. It's just,
We'd end up looking like an NSYNC. Older and fatter NSYNC.
I made a deal with them that I would at least see what it looked like on film. I don't want to be the guy in the sequin shirt. Hey, Brandon vetoed it already.
For our music video, we chose Black Dog, which is Ridley Scott's production company. They sent us a bunch of treatments. The one that we went with was called The Letter. It has to do with a young lady finding out some disturbing news that kind of wrecks her world.
The video was born out of thinking about how you could get a letter and wake up in the morning and read that letter and your entire world be torn apart.
The wonderful woman in our video that receives the letter is Kirsty Hume.
If you were going to design like the perfect looking person for video, you know, she's like the kind of person you would design.
It's exactly what you would think a supermodel would be like, but much, much nicer. There was a young lady, I think she was a teenager, like 14 or 15, that wrote me a letter about the song Smile and how she had been contemplating suicide. And she said that Smile really helped change her mind about a lot of things that was going on in her life. It was a coincidence because it's kind of what the song is kind of about. It's definitely become ironic between the meaning of the song, the video of the song, and this wonderful young lady that enjoys music that really changed her life. To me, you know, I mean, we could wash up a month from now and then, and something like that really will stay with you for a lifetime. The set of the video was really cool to see because, of course, it kind of felt like it was ours. And it was. It's our damn video. We just kept waiting for somebody to let go. We're just kidding. This isn't for you guys. Basically, what it comes down to is there's still camera and a band.
Brandon was an instant natural with the camera. He found the camera, he came off the camera, on the camera, and he interacted with it like it was an audience.
We probably played Smile about 40, maybe 50 times yesterday.
It's cool to hear one song like 55 times in a row, and your knees are sore and swollen, and the director's going, if you wouldn't mind just falling to your knees a couple more times, I think that'd be really great. We just do that over and over and over again on a concrete floor.
When we play that song, that's our most emotional song that we play. We put 110% every time we played it.
Brandon kept saying, come on, dude, you gotta rock like you've never rocked before, man. Just kept saying it over and over again. I'm like, all right, please.
Get the beer.
I was tired from rocking too hard.
Yeah, I think we're all a little bit tired, but it's the greatest job in the world, if you ask me.
I'm in a lot of pain. Our knees are shot. Our hands are shot, but that's just what we do. There's some bands that complain about how hard it is and tedious it is. Man, you know, go be a coal miner or something, you know. But we had a blast.